This is why we do it. Not because we're trying to teach them math or nothing like that, because math sucks. But sorry, math teachers.
How to survive the classroom.
Hey, teacher besties. I am so excited to share with you that my book, They Never Taught Us That, is available for pre-order right now. It is everything inexperienced first-year teachers need to manage the chaos of the modern classroom, including some anecdotes to make you feel a little bit better, because if there is a way you can screw up, I have probably done it. It also has advice on how to build trust with families, how to manage grading and lesson plans and IEPs and everything in between that they never went over in your teacher prep program. They Never Taught Us That is available everywhere right now for pre-order. Hey, teacher besties. Welcome to How to Survive the Classroom. I'm Andrea Forkham.
I'm Gerry Patoka.
Gerry, guess what? Guys, I'm so excited about this. My book. It's here.
Hey!
It's here. You know what's crazy about finally getting this book? I worked on it for years. It has been like my life, literally been one of my life goals since I was like a child to write a book. And I did the damn thing, right? Wrote the book. It showed up. I opened the box. I cannot look at any of the pages inside. I cannot read it. I cannot look at it. It makes me feel so terrified to actually think of people reading it for some reason. Like, I want people to buy it. I want people to read it. I believe everything I wrote in there. I'm really proud of it. I cannot look at it. So
That's crazy. If I wrote a book, I would like take it with me. Like if I go on a midnight Target run, they're gonna be like, "Why did he bring a book?" I'm like, "Well, it's my book." You're like, I
imagine me
carry
just
everything.
like sitting here, and then I'm just like, every time, just make sure everyone knows. Like, that's me. I wrote that.
That's what I would do. I would treat it like a dictionary. Somebody asked me a question, I'd be like, "Hold on, let me just check my book." I'm gonna look real quick. I got the answers in here, big dog.
Yeah, ironically, because I do teach teacher prep classes, I could do that. Like, I could be sitting there with my book. Also, okay, question. Is it the most narcissistic thing in the world to
To
require
make your
my...
book the required reading.
Uh-huh.
Nah, that's
Do I
exactly
do
what I was thinking. I was like, "Yo, you can
it?
kill two birds with one stone. You can make extra money."
But like, it feels gross, kind of, because you're like, go buy my book. And I feel like I've had a professor that did that, but it feels weird being like, you guys get me in person, but also now I'm going to need you to go and buy my book. I feel like if I didn't do that, that's not a very good endorsement of my book either, though.
No, I had a professor who did that, and he I almost want to say his name just because I'm like, hey, I could tell him to go listen to it. Um, I'm gonna say his name is Doug Carter.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell him I said this so you'll go back and listen to the podcast. And his name is Doug Carter, and he wrote the book that he assigned to us in class. Like he wrote the textbook. It wasn't like the size of like a normal textbook, but you could tell it was geared towards the class he taught.
Yeah.
And I was like, "This is gangster, dude!" Like you wrote the
Okay.
class materials.
All right.
So I think it's gangster.
Okay, but here's
You
my
are
biggest...
standing on it.
I'm like, I'm with it with all of that. But then if I assign it, I then have to engage with it and read it myself. And it's like, it's this weird feeling. Like, it has been through editing. It has been through revisions. I've spent, I don't know how many hours going through it. I believe in it. I'm like giving it to people. Like, I'm so proud of it. And for some reason, the thought of being like, let's do a discussion post on chapter 3 makes me nauseous. I don't know why.
So what you gotta do is like fifth grade reading time it and be like, okay, so Steven, you start reading here, and then Andrea, you start reading here, and then Phil will start reading here. You just kind of
Like
let the
popcorn
class read
read?
it. Yeah, and you just stand up there like you're like a musician listening to his own music, and you're like, don't this go hard?
You know what
Like
it
you're just up there
is?
bobbing your head to
That's
it. That's what you
crazy.
gotta do.
Like that. But here's the thing. I feel like there are actors out there that never watch any of the work that they've done. And it feels like that. Like, I feel some kind of way about like reading myself to them, but also I want them to read it because I do believe I give good advice in there and it's really like helpful and beneficial. But at the same time, I'm like, oh, it feels weird.
We're
It
so different.
I know. I
Because
know.
I felt that way for like 3 months until I started posting stuff online and doing stand up. And
Yeah.
now I'll catch myself watching my own videos at full volume. And I'm like, I look like a narcissist. Like, I like 5 times the other night, just sitting in the living room with my grandparents, I'm turning my volume down. Like, my voice is playing. And then I'll hear it coming from my grandpa's phone. And I'm like,
That's
this was
amazing.
osmosis that we just did. I'm half my own views.
Okay, so I will say I can watch my own content when I'm editing and all of that, but if someone else is watching my video and I hear it, it makes me want to disappear for whatever reason. Even though I'm comfortable with what I posted, I'm proud of it, I think it's good. I still am like, I don't want to see you perceive it. Does that make sense?
Okay, that's making sense. That is a little odd because you be like, what if they're watching this and you're right in front of them? They're like,
Like
this
completely
sucks.
deadpan. Yes.
They're like, this is
Yes.
terrible. Like
It
I've had times where I've showed people a video that I did, and I'm just watching them. They're like this,
the
just stone
worst.
face, and
Yes.
I'm like, yeah, well, it wasn't that good, but I needed to post today, so
Well, and I feel like getting rejected by students in real life, you can like shift, you can adjust, you can or even like live doing stand up, you can feel the vibes and you can try and course correct. It doesn't always work, but you can try. Whereas if the video or the book is out there, like there you can't do it's out there. It's done. And so if they hate
yeah.
it and it's terrible, it's just is what it is. So that's the crash out I've been having all week is like the number one, I don't know what level of mental illness this is, but I feel very uncomfortable with pride in my work. Like saying I'm proud of myself makes me feel gross. And so I've been working on that. I'm being like, no, I am proud of my work. I'm proud of this book while at the same time, like trying to sell it to people. It's very weird to be like, hey, buy my book. Also, it makes me uncomfortable to tell you I'm proud of something, but also please buy it because I am proud of it. So I don't know. I don't know what's on with me, but I do want your insight on something because I have something I'm doing for the university this summer and I actually am so hyped about it. So I'm throwing a conference and it is called the Teacher Talk Sycamore Summit. And Sycamore because it's going to be hosted this year at Indiana State. Um, but I am trying to make it something that would not suck and like actually people want to go to. So like there's a welcome mimosa and Bloody Mary breakfast time. Like so when you first get there, yeah,
Hey,
it's going to be like people are going to be having a little mimosas in the morning. But then the other thing I really want to make happen is I want there to be a rage room. Have you ever been to one of those?
I know what you're talking about. I haven't been to one. I tend to make whatever room I'm in the rage room if I'm feeling
You
it.
just start like taking a bat to random items around the room.
Yeah, I flipped my standing desk one time.
Did you really?
I just got mad. Yeah,
Was there stuff on it?
not after I flipped it. No.
Sounds really, really terrifying. No,
Yeah, no, I probably need anger management. Continue.
yeah, okay, great. Well, that's what the rage room is for. Like, I really want at this thing for there to be like a puppy room where people can play with puppies and another room that's like a rage room and possibly something with like, I'm thinking having like the supplies to like make lanyards, like teacher lanyards at all the tables and stuff. And then like I have Gasper is my morning keynote. And then I have Matt Miller, who wrote Ditch That Textbook, is my evening or like afternoon keynote. And then I have a couple other speakers and stuff throughout the day. But I think it's going to be really cool. But like, I want to know from you and also from the listeners if you're thinking about a conference, like one that you're going to get, like it has to be legit. Like, I can't just make it fun. It also has to have like valid educational, like, stuff to it because people get continuing education credits from the university for going. But like
Ah,
the rage room piece, I think is really fun. But I'm trying to think of like other stuff.
a splatter paint room.
See, but like, okay, I like that. But also, how would we do that without them then walking around covered in paint all day?
Well, bring your own bodysuit.
We just have bodysuits for people to put on. Like, here you go. Just
Yeah.
head in there. Interesting.
Or
I had
hose them off.
Yeah. I had somebody say that you should have like a graffiti wall that says, if my admin knew I'd get fired for this, and just like like a spot for teachers to write all of the ways that they've,
Oh, that's
done.
funny.
Yeah, but here's my concern is like legally, are people going to start admitting some problematic things? Cuz
But then you don't have to know who did it. And here's what I think would be funny is have a little jar of just crazy things that you or have known teachers to do. Maybe not you in particular. I'm talking like crazy things like those problematic things. That
Mhm.
bucket
Yeah,
and have a wall or what do you call them? Really big pieces of paper that teachers put anchor charts on.
like a poster, like one of the big post-it anchor
Yeah,
charts.
one of them, and just have them make a tally for every time they did that thing on the piece of paper they pulled out.
That would be
I think that'd
insane.
be funny.
It would be funny. Yeah. I keep on trying to think of like really fun things that are going to like be actually fun, not the things that like at every professional development I had to do that I was like, this is dumb.
Yeah,
Because
like, all right, guys, go find your color." No, don't do
yeah,
that.
yeah. So it wasn't a teacher conference, but I did when Steven and I were like early years of marriage, we went to a marriage conference and there was a session that the speaker made you stare into the eyes of your spouse and speak to them with like uninterrupted eye contact. Um, and I didn't think at the time I struggled with eye contact stuff. But it turns out ADHD, one of the things is like you kind of tend to like look around in different places. I could not stay serious. Like all of these couples were so serious the entire time. And I could not keep it together because it was just so uncomfortable.
It's like when you get a job and they want you to like if you go do a sales job and they want you to role play the sales pitch, it's like, "Brother, no. We'll just find out on the fly." Like,
Like I'm not actually gonna do that. So one of the early events that I had to participate in when I became a teacher was we had like new teacher orientation and they had a huge like school-wide assembly with all the students on like the very first day and they introduced all the new teachers by making us come out and participate in like this fun air quotes all these fun activities, but one of them was gave us all toothpicks and then we had to pass Fruit Loops from our mouth to the next person on a toothpick. And so from
that's too
far
sexy. You can't do
away,
that.
it was like me and like a 60-year-old man and like a 50-year-old woman. But far away, when you're passing a like Fruit Loop from one person to another on a toothpick, it looks like you're making out with each other. And so out there
Yeah, nah,
somewhere from like 2013, there's a video of what looks like me making out with a 50-year-old woman in the middle of some dusty gym because I don't know, their ASB were sociopaths and thought it would be funny to make us do that.
nah, no, if I was at a conference and they made me do that, I'd be like, "No,
What
I'm not doing it. This is stupid."
I don't think that I'm that susceptible to peer pressure, but it was in front of the entire high school. And so like it was one of those gyms where like it's packed on both sides. Every single bleacher is completely full and they're all just like watching me and like 7 other new faculty do this. It didn't feel like a choice. It felt like a this is happening type situation. Now that I'm like an adult, I'm kind of actually shocked I wasn't like, I'm not doing that.
You
But
weren't an adult then,
I was, but I don't know if I was an
but you
adult
like a
enough.
real one now.
Yeah, now I'm like for real. Like you're
Like, you know
not
how taxes work.
I unfortunately so know even business taxes. It's a lot. It's a whole lot.
I can't even find my W-2. Like, it's we got 5 A's.
Okay, but I do want to know, number 1, have you ever had a professional development experience that you were like, this is actually insane? Um, Also from the listeners, if you guys had some kind of professional development experience that was insane. I had and I've heard of this from like a lot of people where they do like a simulated lockdown where they like actually have like local police department people come by with like like blanks, and they make like actually fire a gun with blanks in the school so you could hear what
That's
it sounds like.
crazy.
The most traumatizing, like the most traumatizing. The worst I had with any of that was like you'd watch a video and it was like interviews with teachers that went through a real event. But I didn't have anything like that. I did have a university professor. This was out when I worked in Virginia. And I will never forget when we found out as like a faculty. And at that point, I was making, as a first year teacher, I think $41,000 a year. And the speaker they brought in, who came and spoke to us for 1 hour in the morning, and then we got her book. We found out that she made $43,000 and she was supposed to come back like 2 more times and she never did. But she like made $43,000 for her fees for like professional development of our school. And like that,
She never came back.
I never saw her again. Maybe she was like for the whole district, and maybe she visited other schools, but there was only one high school in the district that I worked in. So I
That's
couldn't tell you.
crazy.
But that was one of those that I was like, damn, I can tell you that I have not been paid anywhere near that for speaking at any schools ever. Like, maybe now I got my book, I can be like, now you must pay me an entire year's salary so I can feel uncomfortable holding my book in front of you.
If they ever start doing that, I'm coming with you and I'm walking. I will get the book tattooed on me and walk around. I'm like, yeah, Andrew's paying me to do this.
You're just a human billboard walking around for me.
Yeah.
I love that. I think that's amazing.
Like, I wear the front cover as like one of them pullover signs. I wear
Yeah.
the front on my
Like a
front
sandwich
and the
board.
back on my back. Yeah, and I just walk around doing a little dance. I'm just like, buy the book.
I love
Buy the
it.
book.
I think that's an excellent plan. Have you had anything insane in any of your professional development, or has it all been pretty chill?
Nothing that like sticks out. It's always like okay, move to this next table. And I kind of just, and they're like, go find your number. And I kind of just go find my friends, or I'll go to the bathroom or something.
So I do think that's one of the things that districts are always trying to get us to do, where it was like, we need you to get to know people at your school that are not in your department. And I'm like, for what? Why?
This is what's crazy in me is why do they want us to socialize with people we don't know when our whole job involves socializing with 140 children that we don't know? Like, bro, we do that already. Let's be comfortable.
That's a skill set we have developed. We know how
Yeah,
very
like,
clearly. That is
like,
one
we
of the
good, man.
Yeah, that's one of the ones that really did annoy me a lot, is they'd be like, we want you to get to know other people at the school. And I'm like, even if I'm like, wow, this person is the coolest person I've ever met, if they are on the opposite side of campus and there's no reason for us to interact except at these big meetings, like I'm not walking that far. Like, it's not happening. Get me in a group with like either people who teach the same thing as me or are on like either side of my classroom, because those are the people I'm probably actually going to hang out with 9 times out of 10. I'm too lazy to walk that far.
Oh, I'll talk to people all over the building. My building's small. I've been doing laps around the building sometimes just to get my steps in.
I do wonder sometimes. Do you think you were like a personality hire? Like maybe they just keep you there for the vibes.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I've been telling them, I said, they could get me out of the classroom but keep me in the building, they'd be happy.
You could
Because
be.
I'm good in the classroom, but like I be like, I'm bad at checking my email and I'm bad at like putting stuff in on doing stuff on time. They be
Right.
getting on me. Any surveys that get sent out, any grades that need to go in, they're like, yeah, Stoker's not doing it. Like, we gotta go tell him. We gotta go find him and sit there until he does it. And it's kind of a problem. But I'm like, nah, they like me because like I'll see people talk, and we're going to talk about this later. People talk trash about my school online, and I'll go and like defend it. I'm like, nah, you don't argue with me. I'm the king. Don't mess
Oh
with
my
me.
gosh.
So I started some Facebook beef this week. We'll talk about it later. I finally got a hill on one down.
Oh
Yeah,
my gosh. I'm so
I
excited
started
for
some
that.
Facebook beef, and I won.
Ooh. I don't know if anyone really wins in Facebook beef, but I am really excited.
If I'm in one of the corners, I do.
Oh, can't wait
I
for that.
win
I
every
think this
time.
I mean, well, we'll let people sound off and decide on that when you share on your hill you're going to die on. But this feels like the right time to take a quick break, so we will be right back. Have you ever wondered what I would say if my mother and my administrators weren't watching every single thing I do on social media? Well, that's exactly what my stand up show is. And I'm going to be coming to a town near you super soon. You can get tickets at educatorandrea.com/tickets. Welcome back, teacher besties. So, we got a couple of questions before we get to the hill, not to like tease it too much, but before we get to the hill that you're going to die on this week, I had a moment this week. I was visiting a school and there was this student who I really enjoyed visiting with. Every time I was at the school, she was so funny, but also one of those kids that like is so mean. Um and I saw this clip on Instagram that was like this guy who had caught a venomous snake and he was holding the snake and the snake was like very clearly like trying to bite him. And he's like, this snake, it hates me a little bit right now. It's very angry. It's kind of venomous, but I love him. And it reminded me so much of those students where I'm like, I know that some of those students, like, especially when I taught high school is really where I'm thinking of, where like they are like so angry and so mean, but they are the ones that genuinely I would connect with the most because they're usually the kids who have really rough home lives. They really need like a caring adult to be like, hey, I actually believe in you. You're going to do amazing things and all of that kind of stuff. And I saw a girl this week who like she unfortunately like she got expelled. And I was so bummed about it, but it reminded me of the question like what are like the moments that remind you why you teach? Because for me, it was always students like that. There's this young lady who I taught at the last school I was at, who unfortunately her mom had passed away in like sometime during middle school. And there was one morning, it was me and her and like three other students all hanging out in there. And it came out while we were sitting there that every single one of them had at least one parent who had passed away. And I was like sitting there with these kids who literally just like, as much as I'm sure I taught them about English, really just wanted like a mother figure in their lives to talk to and to like, care about them. And I still, to this day, I will get like Mother's Day messages from that student. And so I didn't know if you had a moment or something that you think of when people are like, why do you teach? Because we all know it ain't for the cash, right? Like, what are the things that make you think like, all right, like that was a good day. That's why I do this.
It's stuff like, so the example I thought of when you brought that up was after I was with Teachers Lounge in Columbus. I stayed an extra day with the mayor of Akron,
Yeah.
and I stayed with the mayor, and we went to Canton to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and we're walking through the Hall of Fame and just like hanging out, and this dude comes and grabs us and says, "Hey, Earl Campbell's giving a speech down the hall." Earl Campbell is a Hall of Fame running back who played in the '70s, played for the Houston Oilers, and we're like, "Oh, that's sick. We're gonna go listen to Earl Campbell." And so we go in. Earl Campbell's giving this speech about how essentially just not even really giving a speech. He's answering questions and kind of talking about um, how he got to play in the NFL and play as well in the NFL as he did and what it took and kind of his upbringing, things like that. So I was at the back of the line to go up and meet him. And I started talking about like coaching kids in middle school and I used one kid as an example, being like, yeah, this kid just like, we know he's talented. We know he's an athlete, but he can't seem to get out of his own way and getting himself in trouble. And he was like, okay, do you have that kid's phone number? I was like, no, he's a middle schooler. It'd be weird if I had his phone number.
Right.
He said, do you have your cell phone? I said, yeah. He said, okay, I'm going to make a video. And he made a video for that kid for me to take back and show him. And
Wow.
it's kind of like I'm showing this kid this video, and like he's seeing this 7-year-old man in a wheelchair, telling about like, hey, get your head on straight, make sure you're surrounding yourself with the right people. But it's like he doesn't get like this guy was like the man when he
Yeah.
was playing. Like this was the dude. This dude used to turn around and run through 4 different grown men just because like he could crush people. It's
Yeah.
like, and this guy's in the Hall of Fame. So it was like, yeah, that was a pretty cool a pretty cool moment.
Yeah.
Was like, oh, this is why we do it. Not because we're trying to teach them math or nothing like that, because math sucks. But sorry, math teachers. But it's stupid.
Honestly, though, I mean, that really is it, right? Like, because I remember the times in my life where there were teachers who actually did like challenge me to do more. And it in my acknowledgments, I've got my high school English teacher in my book. And so when I go back this summer to visit in California, like I'm hoping to like bring her the book and thank her in person for because I genuinely don't think I would be doing any of the stuff I'm doing if she hadn't called me out on my BS and been like, no, you need to actually lock in. Like you're smarter than this, you're being lazy. And it's that, right? It's just an adult that cares enough about a kid to see beyond their current behavior. Like you said, like that kid getting out of his own way. Like it's the same with that girl who I met who I really liked who she that's exactly it. Like she just can't get out of her own way. And with those kids, a lot of times they don't get out of their own way. And then a few years later, they're the ones that come back and they're like, it mattered to me that you said that I could do better than what I was doing. And it didn't happen right away, but eventually it did. And that's the same as what I was telling one of my teacher prep students was like, listen, because he was upset about the fact that he wasn't going to get to work with her anymore either. And I'm like, I know you feel like it didn't make a difference when you talk to her about this stuff, but you don't know. Like a lot of times we don't know until years and years down the line when that student looks us up and is like, hey, actually, what you said mattered and what you said actually did make a difference. And I don't know. I think for me, that's a lot of why it matters so much that we continue doing what we're doing is because like even though I don't get to teach K-12 anymore and a lot of those kids that really desperately need the adult like they unfortunately either don't make it up to college but a lot of times don't end up in the education program and so I don't get to interact with those kinds of kids as much anymore. And so my hope is always like okay, well I am prepping future teachers so hopefully I'm at least making an impact on them on how to best work with kids like that because they're the ones I feel like that need us the most, which a callback to our previous episode talking about robot teachers, the robot teachers aren't going to be able to help with those kids. Like it's that human element of knowing that a kid is worth it and like chat or AI being like, I believe in you is probably not going to have the same impact as a real caring adult who like got a video from a Hall of Famer to show to a kid. Like it's just not going to have the same kind of resonance with a kid, I think.
Yeah, but I think it does stick like in college too though. Like I was one that's like, yeah, I need a bunch of attention. Like through
Yeah.
high school and college, like I just wanted to do whatever I wanted to do, and I kind of didn't care. Like I didn't know what I wanted to do. I went to college because I felt like that's what you were supposed to do. I went to college probably because my friends was going, and I was like, no, I need to have a degree because I want to be able to get. But I don't know what I want to do. And the same dude, I would use the same guy as the example, Mr. Carter, who was I can't remember the name of the class he taught me. It was like I can't remember the name of any classes I took in college. They gave man what wrong for no reason. Like
Yeah,
just
they
call
do.
them math or science or whatever. And his was like I can't remember exactly what class it was, and he may not either. But I remember I liked him and it was like somebody I could respond to. And at the time, I can't remember her name. I had this advisor at the community college. I was supposed to transfer, and I was like, I don't even know why I'm meeting with this lady. So I went to somebody over her and said, "Hey, can I switch and let Mr. Carter be my advisor?" And then like I see her on campus the next day. She's like, "Hey, it was nice working with you." I'm like, "Yeah, peace
Ew.
out." And Mr. Carter was my advisor, and he kind of got me like on the right path to wherever I was going. And I still feel like I put him through it because I didn't know what I was doing. He kind of had to like tell me, he's like, yeah, maybe you should do this. And I'm like, yeah, maybe you're right. And, and then, I still didn't even do what he sent me off to do. So my bad, Mr. Carter.
Oh,
But I
Mr.
mean,
Carter, you really put that guy through it. You need
but
to reach
no,
out.
no, he did his best. He got me on something and like understood me enough to at least point me in a direction.
Yeah.
Now, by the time I left that school, he lost his grip on me. I went off and became a teacher, and he was probably like, "No, you fool! What have you done to yourself?" You ruined the Gerry I created. He's
That's
crumbled
right.
away.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I feel like it says something pretty impressive that you remember his name because I'm trying to think back of my college professors, and it's been obviously much longer for me than it has for you, but I don't remember most of their names. Um,
I'm
like,
trying to think of how many names I remember now. I remember him, Dr. Adams. I had her like 3 times.
okay.
Community college, we had like 5 teachers,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
That's
you
where I
just took
went
everybody.
to
And
start
I
out
had
too.
Dr. Hurley at NC State, and I hope he somehow hears this because I do not remember what he taught. I somehow got like a 60 or 70 or something in his class, barely got out of there. I don't really know what the class was about, but he kept trying to get me to watch The Big Lebowski. That's what I remember. Is I remember he was dating another professor I had at the time. They were dating and they had some kind of wedding and they didn't actually get married, but they had kids together.
Look at you just
And he
like
just wanted me to watch
spilling
The
the
Big
tea on this
Lebowski.
guy.
They might still be together. I don't know. But every time I can think of like 2 or 3 different times, like, "Did you watch Big Lebowski yet?" And I was like, "I hadn't yet." And um,
Have
Dr.
you
Hurley, if you're
since
listening to
now?
this, I still have not watched The
Oh
Big
my
Lebowski.
gosh.
It's been 7 years. It's been 7 years. I
Jeez.
still haven't watched The Big Lebowski.
Unbelievable. Um, okay. So other than the fact that apparently you were dead set on not
I'm a
watching
terrible student. I
The
like how
Big
all this was
Lebowski,
like, look at these teachers who tried their best.
you're like,
And
didn't do a thing
they
for him.
couldn't help
Nothing.
me.
Couldn't
They
tell you
couldn't
what
do
they
nothing for
taught.
me.
Insane. Okay, but what is the hill that you're gonna die on this week, Gerry? Because I don't have one this week.
I don't know the best way to word it, but I have beef. So I don't know how common this is. Um, my county and no and other places have to have it too. There's like a Facebook group where all the teachers in the county can interact, post, and it's like you're supposed to be able to support other teachers, whether they have small businesses, talk about things going on. A lot of it ends up being, hey, are we going to have a 2-hour delay tomorrow because of weather? Stuff like that. Just
Yeah,
little discourse. But for some reason, people like to use the anonymous. And I don't know if you're in Facebook groups.
I am.
You're you're a
Don't, don't.
white mom in America.
Oh
You're in
my
some Facebook
gosh.
groups.
You're not unfortunately, you're not wrong about
Yeah,
that.
you're in a few of them,
Mhm.
but people can post. Can people post anonymously?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, people post anonymously. They'll say anonymous member or like fake little
Yeah.
usernames with fake little images, like an owl or a tiger or something, and people will go on there and they feel really bold to speak reckless. So it's
Mhm.
getting time where people can hit the transfer window to go to other schools and people are on there, hey, what do you think of this school? What do you think of that school? And anytime somebody mentions my school, which I'm not going to do, but anytime somebody mentions my school, I will go on there and say, hey, here's what I feel about it. And because I feel positively, if I felt negatively, I'd keep scrolling. I don't keep
Right.
scrolling if I see it. I'll say, hey, here's what I think. The only time somebody has anything negative to say, it's under one of those anonymous comments.
Of course.
So this week, I had somebody was on there dissing our special ed department, and they're like, "Yeah, we'd love to know why you think this way." I'm like, "Yeah, so would I. I would love to know why you think this way." And it became a lot of ask them how they do this, ask them how they do that. I'm like, "Well, we asked you why you felt that way. You felt like you had something to say. Say it." And I said, "I feel like going into a public forum, which really they could have dunked on me right then. You have to request to join. It was a private forum. I was a little wrong, but whatever. Uh, it's got 9,000 people in it. Feels public to me.
That's pretty
Uh,
public, yeah.
it's pretty public. I say if you want to make a anonymous comment in a public forum and not have anything to base it on, this isn't a point of view. This is slander.
Yeah.
So if you got something you want to say, put your name on it. Stand on business. Because if I got something negative to say, my name's gonna be right there over it.
Yeah.
But I'm an adult. And if I got something negative to say, I'm gonna go to that person. I'm gonna say it to their face. I'm gonna
Yeah.
dunk on you. Like I'm one that's like, hey, let's talk.
Right.
Um, and anybody who works with me can tell you, like, yeah, I've gotten in some heated exchanges with people I work with, uh, and it's like, yeah, it is what it is. but we move on. If you have something to talk about, talk about it. Don't go on some Facebook post and try and hide behind a fake username and diss people and diss schools. No, if you got beef, be productive with it. Do something about it. Don't just go on there and complain. Because chances are, if we saw your name, it'd probably be pretty two-sided
Yeah.
feeling. So
Yeah, exactly. So the hill you're dying on is if you're going to talk smack, do like stand on it and put your name to it.
yeah,
Is that kind of what you're saying?
yeah. I think it's a problem if people want to hide and run their mouths, and diss schools and diss school employees like that's not enough of a problem as it is.
Yeah.
And a
I
place is
I agree.
supposed to be meant to promote it. So
Yeah, I agree. And I feel like it also like the damage of that is so far reaching too, because if like a parent or somebody else heard about that, because I see that a lot in the district that I place teachers at, is especially because I'm not from this area originally, I had to go on like what other people were saying about different schools. And so I would hear like, oh, that school's really bad, the kids there are really bad, and all that kind of stuff. And so I made a point to spend some time in each of those schools. And every single time, it's like, no, like the kids are doing their best. The teachers are doing their best. The admin, for the most part, are doing their best. And like it always really frustrated me because it's usually on like we have a big community page for this county.
yeah,
And in that community page, people will make comments about specific schools like, oh, that school's sketchy or the teachers are bad or any of that kind of stuff. But yeah, like it always bothers me because people are making all of these comments. And a lot of times it's like you said, like unsubstantiated stuff that they're unwilling to put their name on. And I understand it if it's like, oh, I don't want my child's to get picked on because I'm saying something that happened to them at school. But again, is that really the place? Like, why are you not calling admin, the teachers, the school board? Like, if there is a real issue, there's a whole lot better places than Facebook.
yeah, and that's what my problem is. And again, there's a place for getting other. If you are unfamiliar, yeah, you're gonna want other people's opinions. You're gonna want to hear what other people have to say. But there's also a time where you kind of have to make the opinion for yourself. And if you're gonna have an opinion, have something to back it up. That's the
Yeah.
problem. Is a lot of people like to make these claims, and they're not telling why. And maybe because it's specific to that person, and they want to hide behind it. And a lot of the defense, which makes sense to an extent, is they're like, hey, we still work at this place. We don't want people seeing this. We don't want to put our jobs at risk.
Yeah.
But to that same point, it's like if you are posting this online, about the admins of the groups can see who the anonymous posters are. So you're kind of an idiot if that's your defense.
Like,
You're
watch the admin be the
like,
superintendent or something.
yes. And it's like, man, you like, if you feel, oh, well, I don't want people seeing that I said this, then don't say it. Shut your mouth. But
Yeah.
if you're going to say something problematic or you're going to say something that's going to raise concern, well, for one, don't say it. But two, if you got something that you feel so strongly about, say it with your chest and put
Yeah.
your name on it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we both do things very publicly online. You a lot more publicly than me. But in my county, I get it where I've had people come to meet the teacher and I'd be like, yeah, we saw you do stand up with those teachers. I'm like, yeah, can we stop talking about it? Like, and people at my school have had it show up on their page. So where I'm at, it's not like I'm talking to nobody. In my county, people are seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
And if I say something wrong on the internet, all right, call me. Let me know.
Right.
We'll talk
Right.
about it. Don't
Yeah.
post about me anonymously on a Facebook group. If you got words, let's have words. But
Yeah.
yeah, to wrap that whole point up, if you're posting talking trash in a Facebook group anonymously about people you're supposed to support, you're an idiot and I hate you.
Oh,
So
good. Yeah. And you know what? He said that
publish
completely.
that, Rob.
Clip it.
Publish
Clip
that, Rob.
it. You know what? Clip it, and then we'll put it in that Facebook group so that you can post it for those 9,000 people.
I did make a video about it and rant about it, and I was like, I should share this in that group.
You should. You
Because
absolutely should.
I like to
Yeah,
stir the
and
pot.
while it's
I like to
posted in
stir
that
up
group,
trouble.
while it's posted in that group, everybody buy my book. There you go. Selfless
I'm going
plug.
to post your book in the group, and anybody who responds anonymously, and I didn't say a word right, but you know what I meant. I hope that's what gets clipped, and that I want to see how the auto caption picks that one up.
Anonymously.
Yeah, blah, 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 anonymously. But
Correct.
I'm going to post it. Anybody who's like, Educator Andrea is me. I'm going to go on there and be like, you're an idiot and I hate you.
I love it. Yeah, start beef with people for just like saying some stuff about me. There's Reddit threads about me out there.
Really?
There are. I came across one time, and then I agreed with myself to never look at them again because I was just hurting my own feelings. And I'm like, why am I doing this? Who cares?
This is a quick sidebar. People I know you can post like your own clips in the stand-up comedy Reddit.
Mhm.
It's never good. Nobody's ever like,
no
hey,
one's
you're
ever
funny.
going
I
to
should
say
follow you on
anything
Instagram.
nice.
Everybody's always like, oh, well, Bob Igor did this joke in 1933. Like, okay, yeah. They're going to be like, yeah, George Washington actually did this at the first State of the Union.
Yeah.
That was held in Wyoming, Denmark. And it's like, bro, what are you talking about, dude? Like,
People suck. People are the worst.
I
Except for
can't
our
make
listeners.
a diarrhea joke.
No, you can't.
Except for our listeners.
They're the best.
Unless you anonymously comment. Now, I don't hate you, but stop.
Yeah. But also, if you wanted to leave a semi-anonymous comment, but only if it's going to be nice, you could leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. We wouldn't hate that. That would be great. And I don't even think there's a way to necessarily put your name on there. I don't know.
Leave a review. Unless it's bad, then keep it to yourself.
Exactly. And if you want to say other nice things to us, you can email me, Andrea@human-content.com, or at Educator Andrea, or you can contact the Whole Human Content Podcast family on Instagram and TikTok at Human Content Pods. You can get in touch with Gerry too. Gerry, how can they get in touch with you?
I'm on Instagram and TikTok at Comedy by GP. And that's it. I ain't giving y'all my address or nothing.
Yeah.
Well,
or he's up in those Facebook groups, and his name will be attached to it. You will see him.
You'll see it. Come find me on Facebook group. I'm on Marketplace, baby.
On Marketplace.
Hit me up on Marketplace, baby.
Incredible. And if you want to check out the full video episodes, they're up every week on YouTube at Educator Andrea. Thank you so much for listening. I'm your host, Andrea Forkham.
I'm Gerry Patoka.
And our executive producers are Andrea Forkham, Aaron Corney, Rob Goldman, and Shanti Brooke. Our editor is Andrew Sims. Our engineer is Jason Portizo. Our music is by Omer Ben-Zvi. To learn more about How to Survive the Classroom's program disclaimer and ethics policy and submission, verification, and licensing terms, you can go to podcasterandrea.com. How to Survive the Classroom is a human content production.
How to survive the classroom.
Thank you so much for watching. Want more of How to Survive the Classroom? You can watch more episodes right now. Just click on that little box over there. You see it? And if you haven't yet, please subscribe. Okay, bye.
Human content.